In November 2019, Working on Fire's Social Development Department launched the Working on Fire Men's Forums. The objective of these sessions is to create a space for men from Working on Fire and the high-altitude teams to explore issues that affect men in society, and so create opportunity for men to discuss challenges like men's health, how men are valued, and how these problems can be addressed jointly, all in a supportive environment.
Am I on the frequency of depression? Am I on the frequency of success? Because success brings success.
The guest speakers motivated, shared valuable information, and also opened the attendees' minds to the great impact they have on our society.
Because if you don't deal with the issues that hurt you as you were growing up, you are more vulnerable to develop mental health issues. So mental health is everyone's business.
If I can think back, what went out here is what's happening in our families, but we are not taking note. And what the people say today is that we as men, we have to stand up.
Firstly, let me say thank you for the invitation to the launch of the Men's Forum by Working on Fire here in the Southern Cape. It was a good privilege for me to speak to the young men specifically about gender-based violence. We looked at firstly what the crime statistics are showing us. Majority of these cases are perpetrated by men against women. But also there's a myth that it's only men who commit these crimes, and we dispel that myth today by explaining that although the numbers are limited, there are some ladies, females, that are also involved in gender-based violence. In order for us to address gender-based violence, we need to ensure that we break that cycle of violence. We also spoke about, the principles that they should be looking at. How do they as men stand up and be counted in society? We spoke about positive role models, leading by example. We cannot blame our circumstances and our situation where we come from for where we are and where we want to get to. That must empower us so that we are able to break that cycle of violence and that we can then have a society with more law-abiding citizens and individuals where men are not seen as perpetrators of violence, but are seen as the head of the household and are seen in a positive light.
We are having the advocate from the police side and health and safety and people from the Department of Health to advise us as a men and how to look after our families and to stand up as a man, to support one another, how to speak up as a family, because we are one, we are spending more time together.
Today, I just want to inform the workers of Working in Fire that they are so important, and then they are responsible for what they are doing. The way they are responsible for our life outside, they must be responsible for themselves.
The presentations and debates were thoroughly enjoyed, and the men walked away excited to share this experience and their new insight back at their bases, and to start discussions and sharing programs in their communities.
So now we can go back to the base and implement all that we have learned today here. It is Men's Forum event, and then even go to the community and then educate our community people how to be a proper man, how to be a father, how to be a brother, how to be an uncle, and actually educate them to be a better role model.
The message Working on Fire wants to convey to men is, make a change in your community, starting with you. The reason for the Men's Forums is thus to motivate, engage, assist, and inspire men to be examples of positive change in their communities, and to build a society where all are free and live without fear.